Is Kelowna's real estate market actually heating up? Well, in December, sales rose by over 40%, but does that actually mean we're back into the crazy market? Or is this just back to normal? In this video, I'll reveal why buyers might be making a move right now and what the stats mean for you if you're looking to buy or sell in 2025. So let's get into it. Let's discuss the market update ending December 2024. So this is the overall residential market in the Kelowna area, otherwise known as the Central Okanagan. So we had 251 properties sell, and that is, again, over 40% increase in sales over 2023. Now remember, in August of 2023, we did have the fires, which in my opinion led to way less sales throughout for the rest of the year. So I think that put a damper on any sort of, or on the real estate market overall. So take that into consideration, but we did have over 40% increase in sales over 2023. And with that increase in sales, of course, we saw the dollar volume go up. $205 million sold in December, 33% increase over last year. And the average sale price in the Central Okanagan right now is $816,000, 26% increase over last year. And now $816,000, you can still get a single family home, maybe a fixer-upper, you can get a very nice townhome and a very nice condo. And in a minute here, I will be going over the single family home stats. Now, the number of residential active listings that we had was just over 2,200. So that's 13% increase over last year. Now, in November, we had 2,700. So we had a huge drop off. We had a good number of sales as well for December. But yeah, we did have the drop off there because of the expired listings. We do have a ton of expired listings that happen in November or in December, in addition to any listings that have been canceled as well. So some sellers may not want their properties on the market for the month of December or leading up to the holidays, so they might cancel it, or the listing contract itself may be set for the end of December. So we did see a lot, or we typically do see a lot of expired listings in December. That being said, we did see a lot of new listings still hit the market, and that is still 4.4% increase over last year, 334 new listings. And the list to sale ratio has pretty much been the same all year, around 96-97% for the whole market. And the days to sell on average right now is 76 days. Now, it would put a little asterisk by that 76. It's probably closer to 85-90 days, simply because of some properties will get canceled and then relisted. Let's say they do a price reduction. They'll do the price reduction, but they'll cancel that old listing and then relist it right away. And so when that property sells, let's say it was sitting on the market for 60 days. Then it sits on the market at the new price for 30 days. Well, in actuality, that home sat on the market for 90 days. And that is what we're seeing here. And I'll go over that in a minute in the single family home category. So just bear in mind, if you are selling right now, your property is probably sitting on the market closer to 90 days. Now, if you're getting any value out of this video, I invite you right now to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on my future market update videos. And if you're looking to make a move to the Kelowna area, I'd be happy to help with your home search. There is a link down below in the description to book a one-on-one call with me there. So that was the overall residential market. Now let's get into the single family home category. So number of sales that we had was 116 sales. It's over 40% increase there over 2023, which had 82 sales. Again, keep those fires in mind. The benchmark price, we saw an increase over last year of just over $1 million. The benchmark price has been hovering around $1 million all year long. Now back to those days to sell. What I call the advertised days to sell from our board for single family homes is around 77 days on average. But the real days to sell, and I went through every single listing just to see which ones were canceled, relisted, and then just to see how long they took to sell. And on average, those homes took 112 days to sell. And even when I did the calculation and took out all the canceled and relisted properties, I didn't include the super high-end ones, the brand new ones. And so that number might be higher, but it's not really fair to include the very, very high end because those always do typically take longer to sell. Now, the single family home category for inventory takes up about half, just under half of the whole residential market. So we're just over 1,000 listings there, and that's a 16% increase over 2023. Months of inventory, which tells us whether we're in a buyer's, seller's, or a balanced market. And we are in a buyer's market right now with 8.7 months of inventory. If that number dips below 6, then we are in a balanced market. And if it dips below 4, then that tells us we're in a seller's market, like 2022 when we had less than 2 months of inventory. And lastly there, the absorption rate, that's at 11.4%. So the calculation there is just the number of sales divided by the amount of inventory. So 11.4% of homes sold, or basically if you had 10 homes in a neighborhood, essentially 1 out of the 10 in that neighborhood sold in December. And again, that tells us we are in a buyer's market. Getting closer to 20% is telling us we would be in a seller's market. Now, if you do have any questions about the real estate market here in the Kelowna area, I'm happy to help. You can simply shoot me a text message or give me a call to the number on the screen there. Now let's see what prices are doing in the single family home category. So, as I mentioned every single video, the peak, the very, very peak of the market was March 2022 at just under $1.2 million. Now, if we take that back about 27 months to December 2019, the benchmark price then was $695,000. So we had a huge run up, about 70% increase in price there to March of 2022. And then since then, from March to December of 2024, we've had a 13% decrease there. So not a huge drop in the single family home category, as we are still hovering around that $1 million mark. Now, where are we sitting kind of historically here? So if we take this red line back, we're actually sitting in November of 2021 pricing. And again, a year ago, the market has increased about 1.6% in the single family home category. This was 3 years ago, so November 2021, December 2021. We're around basically the same price. We're down about 0.7% since then. And 5 years ago, if you've owned a property in the Kelowna area for 5 years, you're up over 45%. Now, I just want to take a moment here to discuss the 20-year graph, as the month to month is so short-sighted. But if we take a look back at what's happened over the last 20 years, at least in our market, the compounded annual growth, so year over year over year over year, is 6%. So despite all the ups, downs, all the way to the craziness of the market in 2021, 2022, and then as we came back down a bit here, the compounded annual growth is only 6%. But if you take that back, let's go January. This is January 2005 to December of 2024. So essentially 20 years. The market has increased here over 237%. Now, the reason I bring up this 20-year graph is to simply remind you to have a long-term vision or mindset on owning real estate. And that's the end of 2024. What does 2025 have in store? We'll have to wait and find out. In my opinion, and since October, sales have steadily increased, even again into December. But what does it actually have in store? Well, we don't know yet. I do have a few predictions of my own, and I have done a video on that one right here.